Hello there, it's Sev here from Motorhome Dealer Group, and welcome to this video guide on using the Webasto air heater control unit here alongside this room thermostat control panel as well. In this video guide, I'll show you how to use these two control units together to control your air heater in your leisure vehicle. We're not going to be covering any problem solving or troubleshooting today, so if you are having issues with your air heater or control units, please read your instruction manuals or seek the help of a technical professional. This video is just a quick start guide to get you up and running using these pieces of equipment in your leisure vehicle. So with all that said, let's get started. So we'll start the guide talking about the main control unit here, the Webasto MultiControl. This is very similar to units you'll see in many other campers as well, but there are some differences when it's paired alongside this set of dials here. So to bring the unit alive, just simply press the button in the center of the rotary encoder here and you'll see it come alive. It has a small intro screen. Then we see the main menu, and the power symbol is illuminating white, indicating that the panel or the control unit is alive, but the system itself is not doing anything. Now you can see a clock up in the top corner. If I'm honest, you don't really need to worry about the clock too much unless you're going to be using timed heating programs. You can go into this menu and you can add timers that will control your heating. Now, I don't know many people that use that functionality, but if you'd like to, please make sure you go into the settings menu over here and you correctly set your weekday and time there. And then of course the timed heating programs will have a good frame of reference for that functionality. Otherwise, this settings menu has lots of different simple settings you can go in here and change if you so wish. Otherwise, there is a back option that will of course bring you back out to the main menu. The focus of this video guide today though is going to be in the heating and ventilation options. So let's get into that. So your heater is able to generate heat and then distribute that into the living space by way of a fan. Now the fan can actually be operated independently of the heater. This is the ventilation mode right here. And this allows us to circulate ambient air. Now it's not going to be heating, it's not going to be cooling, but it is just circulating that ambient air, which can be useful to get rid of an odor or move air around on a hot, still day. To turn the ventilation mode on, we're going to select the ventilation mode in the menu, and then we're going to press the rotary encoder in. The first option we get is the duration we wish this mode to run for, and we can set the hours and minutes here. So to set the hours, we move the rotary encoder between 0 and 1, and if we press the rotary encoder in, that would then move to the minutes and we can set that. But it's worth noting that you can only reduce the duration once the mode is running. So I'm going to set max duration right now. So to do that, or to confirm any duration you've chosen, just simply press the rotary encoder in. And now you can see the indication has changed on the main screen, and we have a blue LED in the power symbol now. It's gone from white to blue. Now on camera, this looks quite faint or quite a faint blue. However, to my eyes in real life, this is actually a very vivid blue LED. So it's quite easy to see that that has changed color. That mode is now active, and if you look over at this control, the little sort of notches here on each dial is actually illuminating red now as well to indicate that this panel is powered on. And this is now going to allow us to change the fan speed. So we're not going to touch this dial, that won't do anything. We're going to use this dial here to control the fan speed. We have an off position, so that's where it is now. The auto position is actually not going to do anything. That's intended to be used alongside the heating function on the MultiControl unit. However, the position here, right the way around to this position here, there's 5 positions in total, is going to allow us to choose our desired fan speed. So this is the lowest setting, that's position 1. Then we have 2, 3, 4, and 5, that being the maximum step just there. Now that's basically it, really. That's now going to run for the predetermined amount of time until we turn it off. So when the panel is blanked out like this, you can still see the power indication illuminated there. If I touch the rotary encoder, it comes back to life. You can see the indicator showing on the duration. We chose indefinitely, so that's why we have the infinity symbol. But I can use the rotary encoder to change this duration now, should I so wish. Okay, so let's move it from indefinite to half an hour, and I confirm that by pressing like so. And that's now going to run for half an hour. Now, what I was mentioning earlier is I can't actually I can't actually make this bigger or more now. If I press the rotary encoder in or turn it, I can only shrink that down. I can't increase it beyond half an hour. I can only ever reduce that setting. Okay, so just bear that in mind. If you do want to change the timer, you can only reduce it from the initial setting or what you've changed it to. You can never increase the timer once the unit is running. Now, to turn the ventilation mode off, we've got two ways of doing it. You can turn the fan speed off first and then turn the ventilation mode off, or we can turn the multi-control unit's ventilation mode off. That will turn the power off to this dial, so the fan will stop and we can turn the dial either way. I recommend doing the fan itself first to off, and then we can turn the ventilation mode off itself by pressing the power symbol, and that's now turned back white. And you can also see the red illumination here has turned off as well, indicating that that panel is off, and the white symbol here indicating that ventilation mode is off, and we're back to normal. And after some inactivity, the multi-control unit will power down as well. So that's the ventilation mode. Let's now show you the heating. Heating works much the same way. So we select heating, we turn it on, and we get the duration option first of all. This works exactly the same. And then we're going to hit the rotary encoder in, to confirm that option. That's now on. We get a green LED showing now. Okay, and the diesel heater or air heater, depending on what style you have, will turn on and start to go through its ignition cycles and provide heat. Now, the control over here has not turned red. That's because this unit waits for the air heater to get up to operating temperatures before providing power over here. And after a few minutes, maybe 5 or so minutes, you should see this illuminate and you can set your desired settings. You can of course pre-arm your settings right here if you know what you'd like, and then when this is provided power, once the heater has got to temperature, it will come alive and obviously immediately start operating at those parameters. But that's basically it. And again, the time adjustment works in very much the same way here as well. And to turn the unit off, we would turn the fan speed off and press the power button. So that goes from green back to white, as you can see. Now, let's talk about the auto mode just here. The automatic mode, when the heater or heating functionality is running here, what that's going to do is sort of compare the temperature in the room to the temperature the unit is operating at, and adjust the fan speed automatically based on those two readings. So I would assume it would operate more vigorously if there's a big temperature difference, and operate a very low fan speed if the temperature of the unit is or the temperature commanded here is very similar to what is being detected in the room. So that's the auto mode. Otherwise, of course, you still do have the standard 5 steps here for manual control of the fan speed. And then this dial is going to allow us to control the temperature that we want in the room as well. And unlike this control, it doesn't move in steps. It is quite granular, as you can see here. It moves very nice and gradually, and that just allows us to fine tune the temperature to our liking. And it's as easy as that. And like I say, to turn it off, we would move the fan off here and then use the power symbol back to white. And while I was explaining that, you can see that that level of inactivity has caused the unit itself to power down. And that is basically it. That is how to use the Webasto multi-control unit and thermostat control panels here to operate your air heater in both heating and ventilation modes. I hope you found this video guide useful. I'm Sev, and thank you very much for watching.